Do you need to wait for everyone's food to arrive before you start eating? If questions like this have crossed your mind, then you're in good company. Today we'll be taking a closer look at some of the nuances of everyday interactions that make up the monotony of life. Let's try and identify the most environmentally friendly receptacle for milk and then realise the biggest issue is the cow's tits are getting squeezed daily. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into their quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the covers with Christian.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork.
It is wonderful to be back. And as we always do, before we crack into the episode, we usually attack each other. But this time, I'm going to attack a nation state. And that nation state is the United States of America. Because I was there recently. And while I was there, had a great time. But there's daily shootings there, and that was interesting. That wasn't part of the great time. But the real thing that I wanted to mention was I was in a hospital and I heard this whirring sound.
You were visiting someone in hospital.
Visiting someone in hospital. Sorry,
What
I was
a trip.
in hospital. Yeah. Visiting someone in hospital. And there was a whirring sound that I heard, sort of this breezy kind of outside.
And a ghost appeared.
And then got this emergency...
With a gun.
A cowboy hat. And then got this emergency message on my phone that said that there was a tornado in the area. And
How wide is that area? Are they like your local area?
it was, I don't know. I don't think it must have been sort of a semi-wide area
right.
for the tornado.
There's a tornado lurking around corners.
I just realized that this is a comedy podcast as well. It was quite traumatic at the time. It was this mixture between being traumatic, but also I was extremely excited because I've always loved significant weather events.
Well, you were mentioning it to us before, and you were like, I would have loved to get some footage of it.
Oh, and I really wanted to look outside, but they were like, all the blinds closed, everyone's out into the hallways, and then I was in this stairwell for like an hour just waiting there, and I was busting. I was
strange.
busting to get out. Have you guys ever been?
Did you consider leaving and taking a chance?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Because I was thinking this is
to go to the toilet or to get some footage?
Nah, get some footage or just watch.
Or do both.
Yeah. I just wanted to see. I wanted to see something flying through the air. I wanted to have that moment. But
What did you want to see?
I wanted to see a cow.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see a cow,
and Helen Hunt right beside you.
But yeah, it was an amazing thing because it's something like I've always wanted to like go in the world to a volcano and like see an active
Yes.
volcano.
Yeah.
Always wanted to be in the middle of a
like
of
a force
tornado.
of nature.
Yeah.
It's one of like the most visually stunning natural disasters, I think.
Because
of like...
Yeah, anytime you see lightning and you hear thunder, it's incredible, right? You go, wow, there's some real force here. A tornado is that next step up. It's like the gateway. We've experienced the gateway drug and we want more.
Yeah, but what's the connection with tornadoes and nerds and being a geek? Why do so many geeks like tornadoes and earthquakes and volcanoes? That's a thing, right?
Because if you get down to it, it's like air pressure stuff.
Do you reckon that's it?
Hang on. I think it's just people don't think it's cool to say you like nature.
Really?
Like there's some, I honestly think that there's a subculture of people who would consider themselves cool because they don't admit to liking nature.
I don't think tornadoes have anything to do with nature.
But I think that there's something.
What do you mean? Wait. You think it's nurture?
No, but but I think that there's something about people who
It's just wind. It's just wind at the start. Okay.
But people who admit to being in awe of something, they're showing that they're showing some sign of vulnerability.
They're absolutely blown away. Cheers.
But I think like once you're like, wow, I'm impressed, you're going out on a limb to say I'm impressed. And there are people who won't ever be impressed by anything because they're too afraid that someone's going to disagree with them.
It seems uncool.
That's such a good point because it's the same with like I love flying because every time I fly in a plane through a tornado
with a cow.
every time I fly I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
This is incredible what is happening here.
Yes.
Do I need to explain it?
No.
This is so many millions of tons.
No,
that are going through the air.
I think your point reads true that people don't think about it. So the tornado, they don't think about what that actual natural occurrence is, what's going on. They go, tornado.
I think what impresses me the most about it is, as if it's doing it, is the chaos
That it causes?
No, the fact that you can't predict the trail, right? You go, we're going to let the area know because it could decide to go anyway. It's not going to stick to the streets. It waits at the red light.
Hey, come on.
But you know what the cool thing was? The cool thing was like being on, like seeing it and then being on social media and just trying to get news, like the news, and just trying to find like in this town in Texas, what is the local news?
Was there a lot of like TikTok videos of it? And everyone's just filming it.
Super interesting and so instantaneous. Like a couple of minutes later,
That's
it's kind of
pretty
like,
cool.
oh yeah, that was here a couple of minutes ago. That was super cool. I really like that.
So TikTok is a public forum of sorts now,
I
like a
guess.
Reddit. Because I remember when it was when the Burke Street driver in Melbourne. I remember we were in the
good stuff.
Yeah, I know.
we were
back, baby.
But Josh, you and I were working in the city, and I remember Reddit was you could go and type Melbourne. Go to the Melbourne subreddit and go, oh, wait, there's live updates here of people who are seeing things.
Yeah.
Is that what TikTok's become?
Well, my first instinct's always been Twitter, but now I hate Twitter. So yeah, you can go to Twitter, and then I think I just went straight to like tornado, Texas, and then went straight to videos. And like, yeah, just people just like, it's great hearing it's great hearing people's different reactions. It's a very kind of religious place as well. There's a lot of God talk and just people hoping that, people praying. It's just a completely different world. Yeah.
So with that footage, were you just looking for, is it near me? Is it going near me? Or you're like, I just want to see how big it is.
Yeah, it was with my partner who's from there, and she was like, oh, I know that building. I know where that is.
Shit.
And it ended up being literally like about 300 meters from where we were. Like that was the main part of it, but I don't think it caused that much damage. But it was great.
Isn't it wild that we as a species have decided that we'll keep living in these places that are prone to volcanoes eruption?
Yeah,
volcanoes eruption.
Volcanoes.
It's like a guy. Yeah, it's like a guy called Volcano. Oh God, you should watch him when he erupts. Yeah.
Oh no, this isn't the volcano's eruption.
I know what you mean. It's weird that you go, fucked everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, build it up again.
Yeah, just keep rebuilding. And it's like, hey guys, if you stay here, they're more likely to be here. That they'll stay.
Well, that was the thought. Like this hospital that I was sort of caught in, it was a new hospital. I was thinking, it's probably been built well, right? Like it's not a shack. It'll be fine.
Well,
Able to
it's like
survive
those,
a cow flying through it.
But it's like the earthquake-proof ones that they have in Tokyo and stuff.
Oh.
Like all through Japan, they design. I wonder if you can design stuff in a way that is more resistant, or are you just done?
Actually, didn't you have an incident in your home during the week with lots of rain? Speaking of like well reinforced.
I don't want to go into it, but the brand new roof leaked again.
That's a brand new roof.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the roof that the guys were in the previous episode? The tradies were banging on.
Yeah, that brand new roof.
Are they coming back?
They came and had a look, and he's like, I don't really know.
I don't know.
Everything looks fine. I don't know what happened.
Wait, he's a roof guy?
Yeah, he's a roof guy.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. That's like going to a doctor and saying just rest, which is also okay.
It was quite horrific. Maybe I'll post on the video on the socials so you guys can see, but I don't want to go into too much.
Yeah.
We maybe should move on.
Equally as terrified as Dion in a tornado is you seeing some water come through.
Well, yeah,
you described it as horrific.
And then the weatherman on the news is going, I've got no idea why this is happening.
Dion's in an open carry state with a tornado. Now, I was at dinner the other night with a couple of friends, and we had ordered food, and my food was the last to arrive. So theirs arrived, gave them about 5 minutes, and noticed they still hadn't started eating.
That's crazy.
For me, it's crazy because they were two Palmers. And I'm watching just the heat. You know how it comes out and it's piping hot. Ooh, hot to the touch.
Yes.
You're going to burn your mouth. Give it a minute. So I'm thinking maybe they're giving it a minute to cool down. Then I see the steam disappear.
Oh, wow.
So it's cooling.
Huh.
And then I see frost. No, I gave it 5 minutes and I said to them both, please start eating. It's crazy that you're waiting for my food. It'll be here in a couple of minutes.
Can I ask a couple of qualifying questions?
Absolutely.
So, of the two of them, what was the time delay between meal 1 and meal 2 arriving?
Meal 2 they both came out at the exact same time.
Okay. And so meal 3
was
significantly delayed.
But it was also
by
a
comparison.
different meal, right?
Okay.
Like I can understand. And to top it off, it was Palmer night.
So they're just cranking out the
They're
Parmas.
cranking
then.
out Parmas.
Yeah.
Wait,
they
did
could
you
be waiting
bang,
ages.
did you get a vegan Parma or something? You got something else?
I got it's like a hamburger.
So
okay. How much is it? No, go on.
So that is actually a key distinction that they're cranking out Parmas on Parma night, so they're ready to go pretty much. Who knows when yours is coming? And that's one of my big points. If you're in a situation like that, there's no guarantee that Christian's is on his way in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could miss the order
Yeah.
and 10 minutes goes by.
Absolutely, but it was clear to me it was a situation where they had to start eating because it was getting cold. After 5 minutes, it felt like ordering a couple of dogs, going eat, and then they both went and started eating.
Do you think they would have been concerned that it would have cooled down? Like with that, because that's always a concern of mine.
Yes,
Like when I cook eggs at home, like scrambled eggs, they need to be eaten
you
within
gotta-
a minute.
Yeah.
I do not want cold eggs. I will not have cold eggs in this house.
I completely agree. Here's a question.
With the eggs,
With
thing,
the
just with
eggs.
eggs.
Josh, you will not have a cold egg in your house.
In the absence of them tucking into the Parma,
Yep.
were they nibbling a chip?
No,
Nothing.
And
Nah, they're nuts.
That's usually my kind of like
Well, you
dipping
just have
my
a few-
toe in.
Yes.
Right? Like, I have to be polite here. I'll have a chip or two.
Nah,
They
call them
didn't even
out.
do that. They just
Nah.
sat on it.
The whole plate was untouched.
At a pub for standard pub fare. I don't
Yes,
think there's any need
I
for
agree.
that.
Do you know what we haven't done for a while? We haven't done a right of reply. I reckon let's let them listen to this, and then maybe in the next episode we'll get a right of reply from them, and we'll see
Sure.
what they say, because there might be a justification for it. But I'm like, if
You know
get
what
food,
the justification is.
Oh bloody hell!
It's
what is it?
always going to be out of polite. Like they want
But
to
your
start
friend, you've been
eating,
friends for 15 years,
they
but
wanna
there's enough
start-
politeness there. It's a friendship. That's the politeness.
But the thing is, it's like, hey, like if I'm standing in their shoes right now, hey, we eat together. This is a joint experience. This meal.
But you're sitting down together. You will eat a portion of the meal together. Who's to say that your meal won't be quicker to eat and you'll be finished before
which
they're
I
done?
was,
Oh, well, that is just ridiculous.
but I was hungry.
Shame on them.
So,
But I think I was like, well, is it because I was hungry that I wanted them to eat because I was vicariously living through
no,
them?
that's
I
interesting.
think the problem is you're feeling guilty because you're like, eat your food.
Yeah.
It's your fault
Yes.
that they're not eating because
yeah.
you don't have your meal yet.
That we so many times you can. It's literally an option in Uber to complain that the food is cold.
Do you do that often?
To complain that it's cold, no, because I think that it comes with the service, right?
That's right. You have to expect. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a fair point.
If you're going to complain that it's a bit cold, it's like you don't understand what you're paying for. You're paying for the
Yeah.
convenience of food delivered to your doorstep.
But don't you expect that it's going to be kept warm though?
no, I don't.
Luke at best.
Who's the Uber driver?
Yeah, no, honestly, Luke at best. Yeah. Seriously, if I get something Luke, I'm like, oh, there's a bit of something here.
If you got something hot, you'd be shocked.
Yes.
You'd be like, whoa.
yeah, you'd be impressed, wouldn't you?
Hang
you'd be.
on. But pizza's always pretty hot, isn't it? They know how to keep pizza.
Yeah, they know how to keep it vertically in their backpack. Had
Yeah.
that a few times.
Really?
Unbelievable.
I actually think you're onto something, Dion. Pizzas used to be delivered hotter than they are now. Like
yeah,
I
because they
remember
had
getting
custom because every pizza place had their delivery driver.
that's a very good
they
point.
gave a
It's a
shit,
great point.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Because it was their pizza they were giving it.
Do you know there's a pizza place in Thornbury just down the road, and I think they use their own people, and I like
Great.
that.
Let's
Yeah.
support that business.
But why?
Say
why?
their name.
They get paid.
Say their name. Say their name.
St. Louis Pizza, Thornbury.
We just wrote their new ad.
Just to get back to the meals, I'm not on board with the waiting. I think it's silly, but I think the formality of the meal plays a part. So the only time I'm thinking that makes sense is if you're a bit of a well-to-do restaurant, a bit fancier, or like the Christmas lunch, the Christmas dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel there's a bit more there for waiting.
Okay, so what about at home? Christmas Christmas lunch.
I was thinking about this. The big difference there is when you in the pub, you have no visibility over the kitchen. You don't know what's going on.
Yes.
Whereas the Christmas meal, for us anyway, it's like a buffet style thing. So you know people are just literally loading their plates up. They'll be back in a
Wait,
sec.
what do you mean a buffet style? Do you mean it's actually off the table and you've got the
Yeah,
little-
so there's another table. We have all the food and you just go and pick what you want.
That's a great idea, isn't it? Are people doing that for Christmas?
A buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a literal buffet that's not just a selection of food on the table. It's over the other side.
Yeah. That's what
It's
we
on
do
another
every year.
table.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you have
Yeah.
do you have little candles underneath the
Sorry?
to warm up
Christmas?
to warm up the food? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
No.
What a great character idea. Someone is just desperate to sing happy birthday.
Is that I think that because there's visibility. I know I'm not going to be waiting too long. They're just getting the food on their plate.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing that I don't like when you have no idea when the food's coming. That's the problem. Like you could be waiting 1 minute or you could be waiting 10 minutes. You don't know. So just start, I think.
Christian, when you were growing up, or now even you have a dinner with your family, are you all waiting to eat, or is everyone's just is it a bit of a free for all?
No, I think that there's a wait. It's patient and
There's a waiting list.
There's a waiting list.
And when we were growing up, there was a set time for dinner. Like you knew that it was approximately
that's a great idea.
6:30.
That's a great
huge.
idea, surely.
But I think that's very much a product of that our generation and before was that you all as a family had dinner around the table.
Oh, and I had that. Josh, did you have that as well? We used to up until I was like 16, 17 every night.
Yeah.
Phones. Well, it didn't even have
But
phones.
maybe
TV
family-
away.
No, but honestly, maybe
TV
families-
away. Leave TVs in your pockets.
But maybe families are still doing that when we just don't know because we don't have families.
That's true. They could be.
We've burnt every bridge in our life.
It's quite interesting. In my family, my mum generally cooks, and so when I go over there, we never wait for her to sit down at the table, and she does. She honestly, as far as I know, she does not want us to wait.
So
it's always just go and eat. Just eat. Just
how is
start.
it served? Do you go up with your plate and mum loads you up?
No,
or
no, no.
She makes the plate and hands it out.
Makes the plate. No, she just all of the food is just on the table, and you grab it yourself.
Okay.
And then I think she's usually in the kitchen cleaning up and just tying up loose ends. But she's usually like, just eat. So we're all hoeing into it, and Mum sits down usually a couple of minutes later, which seems
That's
really
interesting.
It seems really weird and disrespectful, but she doesn't care.
Well, I was going to say,
For you, it's disrespectful for her to do that.
Yeah, no.
you to
For
eat?
us to not
Yes.
like the
Yeah,
person
be
who's cooked the
stuffing your
meal.
face.
Yeah, but maybe there's a part of me that should maybe I should flip that
No.
shit and go, Mum, why don't we
No,
wait for
so,
you?
Josh, do
Maybe
you mind
she'll
if
feel
I-
honoured.
So my Nonna, she has made it this thing that we'll have the big family dinner, and everyone out of respect thinks we'll wait for Nonna to sit at the table, and then we'll start our meal. And Nonna will find every reason in her pocket to mull about the kitchen, go change her pants, have a shower.
Change her pants.
Whatever.
Oh, she's shitting herself when she's making dinner.
But it's
my dinner pants.
but it's unbelievable that you'll be sitting there waiting for her, and she's pottering around, and she will refuse to sit at the
Does she
table.
know?
Okay.
Is that a power play?
Yeah,
It is
I was
a
gonna
power
say
play.
that's surely
absolutely a power
that's
play.
control.
Because
Yeah.
she wants for people to call for her.
Nonna, put some pants on.
We're eating Nonna's pants for long.
There's your patch.
We did mention the chips briefly before, and I had an instance recently. I was at the pub and I had the bowl of chips in front of us, and the sauce came with it. And I was thinking,
Where was the sauce?
sitting on
in.
the chips.
Okay, we can talk about
the
that.
little
Wait,
the tiny bowl comes sitting on the chips.
Fuck that.
What?
They
Fuck
always
that.
do that.
No, they don't.
They're
Yeah,
not
then you have to eat
Japanese.
around
They're
it.
not. The Japanese have soy sauce and wasabi, and they're trying to implement that into their fucking chips.
They don't sit it atop the chip.
They
do.
They put the chips around the bowl.
No.
It goes on top. They should
literally-
sit it around.
They literally have a bowl of chips and go, that'll kind of sit there.
Wait,
okay.
what have you seen? You've been alive for ages. What have you seen? What have you
seen?
Hang on. What's sorry, Josh. Sorry, but what sort of shit have you seen with bowl of chips and sauce? They always just whack
It's not
it in.
that. Yeah, it's just a bowl. Sure, it's in the bowl, but it's not squashing the chips down.
It's
not
not
squashing
squashing
the chips
but it's just
down.
put on top, and it's.
okay.
The problem is, here's the question: do you take the bowl that off, or do you eat around it and then try and balance it, like pick up sticks?
I
You're
would-
pulling chips out.
So-
it's
Oh,
getting
this
uneven.
is psychotic.
No.
What the?
By the way, great game. Pick up sticks.
chips.
Pick up. I think that. So at work, we have like a monthly thing where we go to a pub that bowls of chips gets handed around. I think people are really reluctant to take that little bit of
Take the
smaller
sauce
bottle of sauce. And I'm the first one.
Off.
I get that out of
Oh,
there.
you take it off and put it
Get
for
it out.
size.
of
Yes,
there.
yes, absolutely.
That's what you
Well,
do.
if you've got
presumably.
people around it though, that is the most central location, right? Because you can't put it on one side
So
or the
you're
other.
so you're saying, Josh, you were sharing. You ordered these chips, they arrive, and they're all squashed by
Well,
this
to be fair,
bowl of sauce.
the position of the sauce was not my point at all.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
get to
okay.
the point. Let's start again. Josh, you were at a pub and you ordered some chips.
Yeah, and so as we were eating through the chips, we got to the point where there was hardly enough sauce for the amount of chips we had.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what I think you should get enough sauce that you can dip every chip.
Can I ask you, are you a liberal dipper?
Well,
Small L liberal difference.
Yeah.
the first couple, I'm a wet dipper.
Chips for all. It's Josh's primary platform.
The first few you kind of go a bit heavy.
Yeah.
But then you kind of ease out.
That's that moment of the first few dips where there's not a care in the world.
There isn't.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
Because
Special time.
Because you go through that and then you get to a point, you may be like halfway through the chips and
Yep.
there's a visual indicator. You go,
Yep.
there's a lot of chips there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of sauce there.
Yes.
And then you're mentally working out how many dips per chip or how many chips per dip am I going to be able to get in here?
So the question, Josh, when you're doing that maths, do you decide to go some chips without any sauce just so you can execute a fully
Yes.
sauced
Well, hang
chip?
on, hang
Yes.
on. Well,
You
what-
do that.
Yeah.
So you sometimes sacrifice a chip
Yeah.
without sauce.
I'll go, this gets a modest dip and then the next couple get nothing.
You don't need to do that. You don't when you're eating chips with me, you don't need to because I don't like tomato sauce. So my focus when I'm eating a bowl of chips is on which chips I'm taking. I don't have to weigh up any sauce.
Wow, you're playing a really different game.
Very different game.
Not a bit
Oh
of
my
chipotle
God.
mayo?
No, I can't. Just mayo. But
Just
you
mayo?
can't ask for mayo with chips.
Yeah.
Really?
Been to Europe?
You got to call them pommes frites.
But yeah, so I'm not focused on. I'm never focused on sauce.
No.
I guess
can't
I guess one of my big questions is, have you ever been somewhere with a bowl of chips that you've gone, wow, I had enough sauce that I could dip every chip comfortably?
Can I tell you that there is one type of chip that always comes out with the right amount of sauce?
Wedges.
The wedges.
The wedges.
They come with shit tons of sour cream and shit tons of chili.
There was only one answer then. and
What
it was
about
wedges.
gems?
Gems. Yeah, good friend. But wedges are very underrated as well. But sometimes they're fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Do you know there's
Yeah.
enormous? They're huge.
And that's basically a potato. Like, it's real hot. If you bite
They
into
just
that.
quartered it.
Yeah, exactly.
how big? How do they do? Oh, they're not.
They wedge them.
Oh, they're wait. A normal chips are like potato chips. Like
They're all potatoes.
I know. I'm sorry.
Let's make sure,
Hot
let's
chip-
make sure
I
you
know.
understand
Make
that.
it clear, Dion.
Crinkle cut chips.
Make it clear.
Fish and
The
chip.
bowl of chips,
Popcorn.
The chip.
all potato.
All potato.
The chips that we're talking about, you know, sometimes they're incredibly long.
Yes.
Does that mean it's
That's a-
from a big potato?
Yes, it's a
I
russet.
think so.
What?
So I think it's a russet or a russet, whatever
I'd
it's
say
called.
russet.
But McDonald's has basically a proprietary potato
No.
that they have. Yeah, that they
Grow to
tell
be extra
farmers
long.
need to be X specification, so the chips can hang a very particular way out of their holster.
Really?
Yeah,
Right. Holster.
Well,
Clipped on your back pocket.
it's an open carry back in Texas.
Well, I think now it's time for Oh Wow of the Week.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow. Enya has never gone on a concert tour or even performed a solo concert, despite being Ireland's best-selling solo artist and second overall, only behind U2.
Oh, Enya.
Oh, and yeah.
Enya.
Wow.
Now, moving on.
Sailing away to the
Sailing away, thank you.
Can I just say, for those who are Patreons, you got to listen to the bonus patch because I've got so much more to talk about with tables and chips. I don't even think I scratched the surface.
Great.
That's great. That's very good to know.
Well, that's coming up in the bonus. But for now, I want to talk about, I was at work the other night and I was walking along a corridor, maybe 10, 15 meters or so. And I was walking along and there was someone coming towards me. I didn't know them. They were just a guest at the event. I was working in a bar.
Yep.
And I realized in that moment, I was like, oh, there's like a critical moment here where I'm avoiding eye contact with this person because we're too far away. I'm like looking down, kind of like, what have I got in my hands or whatever. And then I feel it was when I was about 2 meters away.
Yep.
I was like, that's the time when I look up and go, hey, and then kept going.
You don't think that that's a weird look? The quick look up and immediate hey?
hang on. He's not justifying. It's just what he does.
Yeah.
It sounds awful.
Well, no, because
Yeah, but-
I was like, I didn't want to lock eyes earlier than that because you're too far away and you're almost shouting at that
But
point.
no. What's the actual? I don't
okay.
think that's the actual. What's the actual reason why you don't want to? Because I'm the same, and I feel like it's getting worse as well with age. But what do you think the actual reason is why you don't want? I think it's because you don't want it to be an awkward situation. an awkward interaction.
We'll play out. What happens if you catch eyes on them straight away, quite far away?
Yes.
Are you staying with them for that walk?
Hang on. So you're
Say
saying
they're 5 meters away.
That's a great question.
If you
Huge.
lock eyes on them really far away and then you look away, that's rude. Right? So
Is
you've
it?
locked eyes on them, they're really far away, and then you look away and continue about your business until you then see them again 2 meters away and you go, hey,
Yeah.
is that rude?
I think that's what you kind of have to do because you can't acknowledge the distance. It's too far. And I don't know this person, mind you.
What
It's
about
just a
what about
polite
wave?
thing
What
as
about
you
a
cross
wave?
them.
What
No,
about,
no,
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 but
no,
I
he
don't
doesn't
know
what about
know
the
the
fucking
key is
universal symbol when someone's far away to say hello to them?
No. The key is he doesn't know the person. He's never met them before,
No.
and he doesn't. Do you work with them?
No, it's
Oh,
just,
you don't
it was
even
just
work
a
with just a
patron.
random person.
It's just a random person.
Yes, because the fact is you're moving in such close proximity.
do what the rest of us do, mate.
Which is what?
Walk past them and all the while in your head think, don't look at this person. Just keep walking.
It's
don't look at them.
crazy, isn't it? I mean, there's the phone glance. You can get the phone, or you can point at something, or you just look at something, or you look like it's a weird. I think it's just it's 2023. We're anxious as
we're all
fuck. Yeah,
anxious.
yeah.
No, I don't
awful.
think it's anxiety. It's just like
Josh,
I want to acknowledge
it
this
is.
person as I go past. I want to acknowledge this person goes past, but you don't want to hold on it. I have nothing to say. So I reckon that 2 meters is the perfect distance of
Why
like
risk? Why risk in
you just
2
ignore them.
meters?
You want to ignore them.
Josh, you open yourself up to, you look up, so 2 meters, okay, you're looking down like an idiot, looking down, and then 2 meters away, you look up, go, hey.
Yeah.
And then they go, so, what?
No.
They go, what?
What's okay? Well, tell me.
They go, the guy who was just looking down, who was very clearly not going to say hello to me,
Oh, yeah,
all
he's
of a sudden,
he's
with
just-
2 meters to go,
All
propped
right.
up,
Here's this then.
sparked a light.
Walking straight down the hallway, looking forward ahead.
Yep.
Someone comes into that field of view.
And then they're walking towards you.
Yeah, they're going past me, right? Mm-hmm. So you're looking ahead. Then are you looking down? I'm like, you have to. You can't just look straight.
Why?
You can't look straight past them as they come past you. That's crazy.
Oh, so you're saying they're kind of crossing your
Yeah, so
line
I'm
of
like,
sight.
you can't just look dead ahead. If you walk past someone, like you're almost brushing shoulders and you look straight ahead, that's weird. You have to acknowledge them.
Okay, so I think in this moment, and I do this with most people, I think that I give them a very quick look at the eyes. There's no hello.
eyebrows
there's
going
no
up.
eyebrows
Come
at
on,
all.
mate. Dion, the eyebrows are going
There's
up, right?
no eyebrows.
No, I do a weird purse smile, and
No.
I tested it out the other day, and it looks shit out.
I don't think you do any of these things.
What do you do?
If it's someone walking by, you just kind of look at them, and then they look at you, and then you both look away and keep
Fuck,
walking.
you look funny.
You got to give a thing.
I just
You- I
Give
I
something.
honestly am
Give them
stunned.
something.
In particular, you, Dion. You like Josh. I can imagine being like, friendly enough that it's annoying.
No. I'm friendly I'm friendly, but I still don't know. I've been alive for so long, and I still don't know what's best practice.
Just give him a little look. Everyone wants to see who that person is.
no, but
you want to have a little look.
No, but you don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable because they might be in their own world. They might have headphones in or whatever. The thing that kills me is walking straight past someone and both of you ignoring each other.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
weird.
no sense.
But you give a little look. You're walking, and then you just quickly with your eyes, you look at the person. You're like,
gotta-
"Yep, that's
you
a
gotta
person
give
wearing
them-
a shirt, got some hair. Cool. Back to looking
You've got to
straight."
give them some friendly thing
Why?
because it feels wrong not to. You just look at them and then look away.
And they do the same.
Okay.
And then
Weird,
you
man.
keep walking.
This
That's
is
weird,
So this
man.
is in a corridor. Let's say that you're
Yeah.
out in the city street.
Completely different.
Oh, fuck you.
this is really weird. My reference point when I think of this of what I should do is I think of the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you seen it?
No.
Are you serious?
I know it's like about an African tribe or
African
something.
tribe, and I think of Key walking through the desert and him crossing with someone, and I try and think, what would Key do? What would be the nice thing that tribes would do,
Oh.
like in that, where they
Okay.
actually give a shit about each other?
Okay.
What would they do?
This is a
and
good
I feel like
example.
they'd probably maybe stop and chat, acknowledge each other. They're not going to look down for
But this
10
is-
meters in the
Exactly.
last 2
But
meters.
hang on a second. You're talking about two individuals in the desert crossing paths.
Yeah, Key and his mate.
Yeah,
Have you not seen it? Gods Must Be Crazy. I've not seen any films.
Yeah,
I've
anyway,
hardly seen that one anyway.
Imagine if we reacted like this every time you said you hadn't seen
you,
a film.
You kind of do. It just doesn't come up that often.
But I think that if it's that context where it's like, oh my God, a person here.
Yeah.
Sure. Quick g'day. Like we've discussed before, when you're hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway up a mountain, person
But-
walking towards me. g'day, how you going?
But I did
Yeah,
find
yeah.
it interesting because in that moment, the hallways may be like one person, you can walk two people abreast and it's comfortable, right?
Yeah.
But wider than that, I was thinking it's weird that the width of this corridor makes me feel compelled to engage with the person. If it was a bit wider, like the street, I don't feel compelled at all.
Okay.
That's a
So
really interesting reflection.
As the like say a school corridor, right? They're
Yeah.
kind of a bit wider again.
Yeah.
Would I feel that same compulsion? I don't know.
Interesting. Are you more likely to thank someone in a narrow? I guess you're more likely in a narrow street to thank someone if they're driving and you pull over because you're pulling over. But
Yeah.
that's a really interesting reflection of like the space that's around you. How
Yes.
does that impact your behavior? That's really like
I
think
agree.
about-
I think if it's a tight corridor, maybe there's an acknowledgement of country.
What about an aeroplane? What about an airplane? That's a really interesting
yeah.
one because I feel like people are quite friendly when if people understand that two people cannot
Shuffling
walk.
past, yeah.
Yeah. They cannot walk down a thing, so they have to move to the side. Like people have been.
But then
yeah.
you can get reasonably annoyed at people who don't understand
Oh,
how to
God,
get out of
isn't
the
it
way in that
infuriating?
situation. It's like it's
Yeah.
pretty clear what you need to do here.
Yeah.
The fact you lean your torso over the top of a chair does nothing.
Josh,
Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Let's say that we're in an airplane.
Yeah.
And we're in in the aisle, and it's mid-flight.
Wait,
dark.
we're recording the podcast.
Yeah. We're recording the podcast. No,
There's a
you're
tornado.
walking to the bathroom, and there's someone walking directly at you.
Yeah.
And they look like they're about to move. As they move into the seat to give you room, are they doing a shimmy or a
what's that?
shuffle?
That's a great question. What's that movement
or
called?
are they scooching in?
No, they're shuffling aside. You're
No, they're
shuffling past each other. I
Yes,
think.
but their move into the kind of into the side to let you through into the
What
back
is
of a
that?
chair.
That's a squeeze.
They're squeezing.
They're squeezing in.
They
Because-
are
because what
squeezing.
you'd say is, can I squeeze through?
Yeah, you can
wouldn't say-
squeeze through.
Yes.
And they're squeezing in behind the chair.
Can you ever slide through? Do you do you mind if I just slide through here?
You could, but you never say you'd slide through. You can't use the word slide.
No,
to
no,
another
you don't
human.
slide through. You slide past, or you
Oh,
slide over.
Sorry, you slide past.
Or you slide
Yes.
over. You slide over a bit.
Yeah.
And then what about what's shuffling?
Shuffling is multiple feet movements. That's a shuffle.
Multiple feet movement.
Yeah.
So
Does it need to be feet? Can you not shuffle
Yes.
with your ass side to side? You know,
yeah,
I
you can
love
on
when
the
you get
couch.
Josh like that.
On the couch, you can shuffle over.
Shuffle over. That's the premium
yes.
shuffle.
Yeah.
Can I give you, if we're still in an airplane, let's say that you're walking and you see that the trolley is coming towards you. You've got to shuffle out of the aisle to let the trolley pass. That's a shuffle.
I think that's a move. You move out of the way. I think that's a move.
So you're moving.
Because it's big. Yeah, you're moving out of the way. It's
But what
a
if
big-
you're only a few steps from the
If you're really close to it,
from the emergency exit?
you might step out of the way or step back.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we've established this.
Is there anything else we need to cover there?
No.
It's shimmy, shuffle, and Sean.
I wanted to quickly raise that moment when, as you were thinking about, because the thing that frustrates me when you originally raised this point, Josh, I thought you were talking about someone that you know walking by you,
It's very different.
and I had this moment a couple of weeks ago where I was walking by someone I hadn't seen for a few weeks, right?
Outside? Inside? Outside?
No, it was outside,
Okay.
like on the street.
On the street, okay.
But it was a known acquaintance.
Okay.
And they said, "Hey, stranger," and I fucking hated that.
Why?
That's so interesting.
It's fine.
It sounds no, it's the opposite of fine. It sounds delightful.
It's completely fine.
Hey.
It's someone that's surprised to see you and they're happy to see you. And
Hey, haven't seen you in
but it's
ages.
loaded.
No.
It comes fucking Herbie fully loaded. It's fully loaded nachos.
So you would have preferred, I haven't seen you for ages.
No. What would you prefer?
Hey, Christian. Hey,
Haven't seen you for ages.
haven't seen you for ages. But
Loves that.
Wait a second.
Did they know your name? Is that why they said stranger?
No. They know my name. They know my name.
a stranger. Hello, stranger.
But
That's
hey,
what you meant to say in the hallway.
but what "Hey, stranger" implies you are like it's a little quip, right? You're a stranger to me, because we haven't seen each other for so long.
Josh, that's about as fucked up interpretation of it.
You've overthought this way too much.
Nah.
It's literally substituting.
We can't not like words now.
No. I'm saying it's substituting. Haven't seen you for ages. It's just a cute way of saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate it because it puts the onus on you. I could have said.
He's saying that he's just no. He's
I
saying
could
that
have
it's
said,
taken
"Hey,
away.
so, you know what? Next time I'm gonna be like, fuck you, stranger."
So you're saying that
Stab him and run off.
It's when
Take his wallet.
It's when someone leaves work and you're like, and people say to them, people say to them, don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
You don't be a stranger.
Oh, you think there's blame being apportioned?
Yes, I
that's what it
do.
is. It's like, hey, stranger, where have you been this whole time?
Yeah,
But
I've been here. I've been waiting.
No.
Really weird.
But stranger is a two-way term. If they're
No, it's not.
No, if they're
It's
Christian,
no, they're fucking blameless.
Listen to this. If there are strangers, neither party knows each other. So each party is equal.
No, because
they're both strangers to each other.
They got in first with the greeting. They allocated stranger.
And to them, for you to be his stranger, he has to be your stranger as well.
No, I don't believe that.
That's how it works.
No,
by
I don't agree with that.
by extending the greeting, you are saying I am friendly party here. You are stranger to me. I've apportioned you strangeness.
No, my point is, the stranger cannot be a one-way street. If we bumped into each other,
I understand your point.
great.
I do not think it's relevant. I think that that the person using "Hey stranger" has ulterior motives.
What about if they said, hey, friend?
That's gorgeous.
No, is it though? I feel like that you had to run with that, but you want to be, hey, friend?
You're getting psychoanalytical into my response now.
I am. Of course I am. You've just said, hey, strangers.
Hey, strangers.
Of course I'm going to get stuck
Hey, stranger, I think is perfectly reasonable to hate. Hey, friend, that's amicable.
Your hate for hey stranger is ill-founded.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a cute way of saying haven't seen you for ages, mate.
Yeah, and I hate it. Say that instead. Hey, or just say, hey, good to see you. Didn't expect to see you here.
Fucking stranger.
Fucking stranger. Pick up the phone.
And now it's time to think.
If some people are called Claudia and some people pronounce it Claudia, am I within my rights to call clouds Claude?
That's one of my favourite. Why is the difference in time between me needing to buy new jeans and me actually buying new jeans always about 2 years?
Blow by blow.
That is not the right sound.
If the moon hit my eye like a big piece of pie, I'd probably have a little more to say than that's amore.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Welcome to Patrick. It's been a while, and I hope you haven't noticed that it's been a while. It's sort of like when you don't visit your folks for a while, and you sort of say to them, geez, it's been a while, isn't it? Hello, stranger. A very fun episode. We are on all the socials. You know that already. If you've been listening to us for a while, it's been over 5 years.
Yeah.
Follow us.
So it's
on-
over 6 years now.
Oh, is it?
Jesus.
6
Yeah,
years?
we started in 2017.
We've also got a Patreon if you want to sign up, support the show, a couple
We do.
bucks a month. That's huge. Thanks to all existing patrons.
And remember, best thing you can do, tell a friend.
Absolutely.
If you love it, they'll love it, and then we'll love it.
And also, all of these episodes, full episode uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, it's lovely.
You can watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
if that's
Great.
how you consume us,
Yeah.
go for it.
Go for it. We don't care. Just go for it.
We're encouraging new consumption.
Yes.
And as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh! What patch did you say?
Thank you, Dion. My patch this week is Christian's friends ordering frozen Parmas so they actually heat up while they wait to eat.
Very
Excellent.
Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
Thank you, Josh. This week, I sewed into my patch a Texas police officer trying to pin a fine onto a tornado that had failed to stop at a red light. And Dion, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch this week is me hearing the windswept whirring sound again in a corridor, but realising it's not a tornado, but the sound of Josh ignoring everyone. Thank you so much for listening to Welcome Patchwork for another week. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
And a special goodbye to our listeners in Lithuania. Atsis v Kink.
Atsis vi kink.
Atsis vi kink.